I am very much a goal-oriented and an achievement-driven person. So I admit that. I like to set goals, knock them down, move on to the next one. I like to challenge myself physically, mentally, spiritually. I like a good challenge because challenges can grow us. That's where we are pushing ourselves to the limits, going through things that we maybe aren't used to, but that's where we find growth. There's no growth in the comfort zone. When you are comfortable, that means that you're not really challenging yourself, right? You don't have the ability to do or get any better when things are comfortable. So in our household, it's not really a joke, but it's a joke that when things are comfortable, then things need to change. And so don't get me wrong, we should all enjoy comforts in life from time to time, but I also believe we should always be challenging ourselves to grow ourselves, to become the person that God wants us to become. So one of my biggest objectives is to make an eternal impact. I want to make an impact on the here and now, but more than anything, what I do with video production and real estate investing makes an eternal impact. And I share all about that as we get ready to conclude the preface of my book, Faith and Finances, the most important yet neglected areas of life. I'll probably spend actually one more week in the very last quote that I share in my book. But back to my objective, what I want to do with video production and real estate investing, how it can make an eternal impact. And really, it's quite simple. You see, I take the money that I make in the video production business, I put some to the side to invest with, just a small percentage. And then as that adds up, we make real estate investment decisions that can bring in even more income. And so as we become financially free, I will no longer have to charge my ministry friends either anything at all. I think that's what I wrote in my book, that I don't want them to pay anything. But what I've learned about that is when you don't charge somebody something, they don't have skin in the game, they're not really going to appreciate what it is that you provided for them, whatever that thing is. And so I think, and I'll update this in my next version of the book because this is actually a couple years old at this point, while what was written in here. My goal is evolving. So that's another thing. Your goals should always be evolving as you get clarity. And so one of the things that I've gotten clarity on is maybe having skin in a game in which they have to pay either half the price, because I don't want them to pay the full price because it can be expensive to fly me down, to put me up. Obviously, doesn't really cost them anything because I stay with them. The cost for post-production, there's a long list of things that could cost them money. But when I reduce that to half the price,